Hey everybody, it's Gabe. Just a quick video. I know it's been a while since I've done a video, but there's some things I want to share. Um, for the most part, I started a new Facebook. Um, a lot of people have been added to it, and I know there's still a lot of people that still need to get added. Um, and there's a reason for that, which I'll cover here in a little bit. Let's see. Next thing is changes. I'm still getting facial hair in, and I have a mustache, like a creepy mustache. Not sure if I like it yet, but I'm going for the whole beard look, beard or goatee look. So hopefully that starts growing a little bit quicker. It probably will, just because we got my tea back to where I was before I went off of it. I was off of it for like 5 months because I had ran out, and then I couldn't find a doctor, and I was just really discouraged, and I said, I was basically to like the F it, I don't care anymore, because it's a bit of a culture shock living down here. And then, so I'm back up on my tea. I just got back completely on the full dose that I was before last week, so you'll probably see changes coming. I know my voice has probably changed a lot in the last 2 weeks. It's starting to get deeper, which is nice. And the hair is starting to come in more on my face. A couple other changes at work. I'm officially qualified now, so I don't have to spend the last 6 months like I have been saying, shit, did I give up the airport to do something that I don't really, get or understand? Because hydraulics and oil and pumps and valves and tanks, that's all a lot different than working with airplanes and passengers. So uh, I passed last week on Monday. I did really good, so completely qualified. And I took my national accreditation back in November, and I passed those. So this was just like the last puzzle piece that I needed, um, which is nice. So I'm happy about that. And Val, I want to thank Val for that, because Val, took my resume and put it in. I know I passed my test and stuff, but and pass the interview, but still, if it wasn't for her, taking my interview, taking my resume, and I wouldn't have ever had the test to have the interview. So, and it wouldn't have known that I could do this. So that's really cool. Um, and I like it a lot because it gives me a lot of free time that I didn't have with the airport. Working at the airport, I work like 70 hours a week, so I can get a lot of time to myself. And with doing this new job and having, some weeks 4 days to myself, some weeks 3 days to myself, and then a whole week to myself once a month, um, it's been nice. It's actually given me time to put in perspective that I actually need to take more time for myself. Um, and now that I'm getting time to myself and I'm getting me time, I don't necessarily want to give that up. It's really, really nice. So, um, what else has happened? My car's messed up. It's gonna cost. I don't need a new engine, but it's still gonna cost me like $1,800 to get it changed. And then my phone's going off in the other room, but that's all right. Um, my mom's feeling a little bit better. She's really sick. She got infected from work. She's a senior manager for like adult care facilities for this company. I think they have three. And she got sick, and I guess it's like it's something the CDC is working with too. So um, just trying to get her to feel better, because it just really drains your body out. It makes you feel like it makes you really dehydrated, and then go in the hospital. And and my mom is my world. Like, she's a very strong woman, and I think that's where I get my stubbornness from, is because she's so strong. And she never calls me if it's something small. And for her to call me to tell me that she's sick, to give me the heads up, like, that's really big, just because she normally doesn't do that. Um, and when she cries on the phone, I know it's something serious. And so then I start to cry, and I get all emotional, and it sucks, because my mom is my world. That is one woman that is the center of my world. There's nothing that I wouldn't do for her. You know, she is my best friend, and I couldn't ask for an even better best friend because there's no way. Like, I can talk to her about anything, and she doesn't judge me. She listens. She might say, "Gabe, what are you thinking?" Or, "Kiddo, come on," you know. But she doesn't judge me and make me feel bad for the decisions that I've made. You know, she helps talk me through it, and I love her for that. And you know, she's been my biggest fan and support through this whole transition, which makes it a lot easier because I know a lot of friends that don't have they have, you know, a strong friends base as far as support. And their family, like some might be here and there, but my family overall have been amazing, and my mom, out of all of them, has been the best. And I don't want to ever lose that. So that's why I was a little down about my mom. Because it's not like I'm an hour car ride away from home like I used to be when I lived in Michigan. You know, I'm like 1,400 miles. You know, that's at least like two or three flights, depending on the way I go. So, yeah. What else is new? Oh, so the best news of all. Um, I got really discouraged a couple months ago when I was, you know, filling out my petition to change my name. I didn't know if I'd like, not that I'd like, but I didn't know if I'd have the support to do it because it's very discouraging here sometimes because there's not much of a transgendered community. There's a there is I'm finding a big LGB community, but as far as transgendered, I don't really see it or hear it. You know, and it could be because it's not really talked about. Um, so I got really discouraged, and I just ripped up the paper, and I was like, "F it," and you know, and I couldn't find a doctor and everything, and I was really down on myself, and I was regretting moving here and thought maybe I should just move back home and it would solve everything. Um, but then as I've been going on, you know, through the days and the months, I've found that I do have support, and you know, there are a lot of people that support me. And once I found the doctor, and then I've been talking to people, um, it's not been bad. It's been really good. So I got up this morning thinking, all right, what the hell? What do I have to lose? So you know, I went and filled out my petition, went and got my fingerprints, and went over to the district clerk at the courthouse, and I walked up, and I'm like, all right, I don't know what to do, but I know I need to give these to you. And she started laughing, and she went and asked somebody else, because I guess she wasn't real familiar with it, and the lady was reading over it, and I heard her say, you know, my biological name, and she's like, okay, they want to change it to, okay, well, tell him he needs to do this, and he needs to do that, and that was kind of rewarding. Like, it felt good for me to hear. You know, even though they're reading it on paper, they're still identifying and respecting me as I wish to be called. Um, and it was really nice. You know, so she comes back and she's like, it's $232, and I was like, all right. So I pay her the $232, and I'm like thinking, God, $10 for fingerprints, $232 to change my name. But ultimately, when my name is changed, it is going to be the most priceless moment that I've ever had. So I'm like, all right, it's worth it. Okay. So she walks away and she comes back and she's like, all right, here's your copies. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, so will I get a letter in the mail then about a court date or what? And she's like, oh no. She's like, go home, take the printed order copies that you have about 5 or 6 of them, and come back on Monday. Be here about 1:15, and then we'll take you over to the courtroom, and you'll stand in front of the judge, and they'll sign it, and then you'll come back here. We'll do what we have to do, and then you're all set. You can go to DPS and change your ID. And I was like, what? Like, if I could have started breakdancing in the middle of the lobby, I would have. But A, I probably would hurt myself, and B, I'd probably hurt somebody else. So, like, inside I'm breakdancing, and I'm jumping up and down, and I'm ecstatic, and yeah, so I don't know. That's probably the best news I've had in a couple weeks, and besides being qualified for work, but emotionally, it is the best news that I've received. So Monday, officially, everything will be taken care of, and then I can make a video of how it's official. Um, and yeah, I don't know. Some people might be like, "Why is he so excited about this?" But I guess unless you've done it, or you're me, or you've been there through the whole process, um, you don't know how much of an emotional roller coaster transitioning is. It is. Like, I heard somebody, I don't remember where I was at, but somebody was talking about gay people, and I was like an innocent bystander. I'm just like listening to the conversation, and they're like, well, why would people choose to do that? It's a choice, and I could hear these ladies talking about it, and I'm just shaking my head like, man, if you only knew. It's not like one day I woke up and said, okay, I'm going to be gay today. I think I'm going to dish out all this money for top surgery and a name change and therapy and, and testosterone and, you know, no, it's not a choice. Emotionally, it's not even a choice. Physically, yes, it's a choice on doing certain things to make yourself feel comfortable with who you are, but it's not a choice overall. And so I guess that's why I'm super excited. And I thought I'd make a video. Um, Hopefully, somebody will see this and see how much joy I have in my life because of the changes that I'm making to be who I am. So. And plus, I wanted to share some love with my Michigan peeps. I hope you all are well. I love you all. I miss you all. April, I should be back. We're gonna party. We're gonna party hard. Um, and to my Texas peeps, maybe we can party this week. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I said it earlier in the video, but yeah, I cut the hair, going for more of the masculine look. So, all right, I will talk to you all later.